Good evening, everyone. We'll get started in just a couple minutes. Thank you guys for joining.
Hi, Gina.
Hi, Natalie. I believe it says that our meeting is recording.
Great.
Yes, awesome.
You want me to? I can pull up the slides now just to have them up.
Sure. And thank you all again for joining. We'll give a couple more minutes for any other folks who might be jumping on the call tonight. But we're excited that you're here to learn a little bit more about ambassadors. And Natalie will share her screen in just a couple minutes with some more info.
Can you see that, Gina?
I'm not yet, no.
Okay.
Something's coming. Yep.
Okay.
Awesome. I think I know at least one more person from Delaware says that they're jumping on, hopefully. So we'll just give a couple more
Yeah,
seconds.
I had a couple others joining too.
Oh,
So,
Celeste, I see you on. Hope you're doing well.
I am, thank you.
Good, good, good. Awesome, awesome. All right. A couple more folks just jumped in. Welcome, welcome all.
Thank you. I'm Joanne Tyson. I'm sitting in for Ed, who was double booked this evening, but I'll be taking notes.
Oh,
hi,
Joanne,
Joanne.
nice to
Hi.
hear from you. Hope you're doing well. I miss
Oh,
seeing you and Ed in the merch tent.
no complaints on this end.
Amazing. Well, thank you both for what you do for volunteering at Cooper River.
We do our best.
You do
Absolutely
great.
appreciate it very much so. No, this is great. Lots of names jumping on. Thank you all. All right, I guess we could get started, Natalie.
Yeah. And as people jump on, they can just kind of catch up where we are.
Absolutely. And the call is being recorded. Just so everyone is aware, we will share this call afterwards for anybody who wasn't otherwise able to make it on tonight. And we'll just share in general with all of our walk participants in case anybody wants to learn more or is curious about what ambassador is. But welcome and thank you once again for joining us tonight on this new endeavor. And we'll jump right on into it and let you guys know a little bit more about what the program is and how you can help spread the word.
Yeah, so just to get started, like Gina said, thank you guys all for joining us tonight just to learn a little bit more about this Executive Ambassador Program. We're excited to share this with you guys and answer any questions you have. We did invite people from all of our local Greater Philadelphia region walks. So if you weren't aware, there are four of those events. So there are four different staff members that we have up on the screen here. My name's Natalie. I manage the Making Strides of Greater Philadelphia and Southern New Jersey event. And then Gina is connected to Making Strides of Ocean City, New Jersey, and Making Strides of Delaware. And then we have Dorothy, who's connected to Ocean City, New Jersey, and then Jill, who is connected to Making Strides of Ocean City, Maryland. So just so you can put a face to some names and know which event you are connected to and which staff partner coincides with the event that you're most closely connected to.
So we're just going to touch base on something that probably everyone on this call already knows. What is Making Strides? What is this movement all about? We'll touch base onto a few of our local events since there is representation tonight from all four of what we call our Greater Philadelphia area Making Strides walks. We wanted to again introduce each of those events since you all are unique. We'll have an overview as well of the Executive Ambassador Program, what the expectations are, what the benefits to the ambassadors would be, and a couple of examples of what the ambassadors are doing in different necks of the woods. I'm not sure if that's my internet. Okay.
Okay, so just quickly, I mean, as Gina mentioned, this is probably more of an overview for you guys. Everyone's familiar with what making strides is, but just a little bit more of a formal definition here. I mean, over the past 2 decades, these Making Strides events have grown into really just a movement that unites communities and partners and survivors and caregivers. So really, as I'm sure you're all aware, it's a very heartwarming and positive and uplifting environment. So we'll just leave this slide up for you to read in your leisure. We'll be sending these slides out after. And then down below, we just have a couple facts that kind of really just remind you of why we do what we do here at Making Strides. In 2025, there will be over 300,000 women diagnosed with breast cancer in the United States. So just a reminder and keeping it tangible of there's the work that we do really is impacting so many, and we couldn't do it without the help and the passion of amazing individuals like you all. So thank you for joining us again.
All right, so just a deeper dive into each of our walking events. Again, we have a little representation tonight from all of our Greater Philly area Strides events. If you're curious about ever visiting another walk in our local geography, you are more than welcome to attend one or all of these events. And just a little bit of stats again on each of our events from 2024, how many participants came out, how much was fundraised, and how many teams are there. So again, each event is quite unique. But it is a jam-packed October, as you could see. For our staff, we are all over the place with many, many Sundays and one Saturday of all things pink. And again, if you are looking to just check out a new event, something other than the one that you currently are attending, we definitely recommend you visit another because they are all, again, very unique in their own ways.
Okay, so now the reason we're really here tonight to dive deeper into this new Executive Ambassador program that we're really trying to roll out from Making Strides overall at a lot of our events across the country. There are over 160 events across the United States, but this is a program that we're really trying to incorporate into our local Greater Philly area events. And it's a work in progress for sure. So it's definitely more of a broad definition, but essentially, executive ambassadors are well-connected individuals who want to make a difference in the fight against breast cancer. They're motivated, they're passionate, and they're not afraid to make asks. It's really helping us from like a financial standpoint, helping us grow the event, helping spread awareness. So really just, again, individuals who are excited and want to do more around making strides and making an impact with us.
Awesome. Thanks, Nat. So we'll jump into the roles and responsibilities, what the expectations are to become an executive ambassador. So at the very minimum, we are looking for individuals who are able to help us secure a goal of $5,000 in donations and or sponsorships for your Making Strides event. There are many, many ways to do this. I would say in a nutshell, the two most common ways would be either, grassroots fundraising. So if you're a party planner, you like hosting fundraising activities, whether that be craft nights or bake sales or dine and donates, that's one way to go about it. Another way is if you have a huge, personal and professional connection, leveraging those relationships that you do currently have and seeing if we can grow as new sponsors that might be onboarding onto the events. The hope is that, with your personal connections, we can, open some doors. Maybe the person that you know isn't the right person to talk to, but again, if we can open doors, it will be really awesome to get new businesses involved, not only as sponsors, but also hopefully as teams at the event. And then another is a commitment to help nominate the following year's ambassadors. So we are hoping that every year we have a new crew of ambassadors that are helping us. We definitely do not want to exhaust all of our ambassadors unless they have a real true passion and they would like to do it again for a consecutive year. We would love for folks to help us identify someone to essentially take your seat for the following year. And again, not to exhaust any of our ambassadors, our hope is that this is a ever-changing list of folks who will be part of this movement. This is a flexible time commitment and it can be customized to fit your needs. So this is definitely something we are obviously fundraising all year round for Making Strides. There's no doubt about that. But if there is a particular time of the year that is better for you, particular time of the year that is better for you to make asks to these folks, we are absolutely happy to help our ambassadors kind of with those asks if needed. But again, we fundraise obviously for Strides all year round, and there will definitely be, regardless of when you are able to act as an ambassador, there will be some benefits that we'll jump into next that you will get during the Making Strides season.
And something else just to note, the $5,000 is really like a goal. We don't hold you to that. If you didn't make the goal, you're not like on the hook for like filling the remaining balance of that 5,000. It's really just to give everyone a number to push for. Obviously, if you think you can raise more, all power to you. We would love that, but just wanted to make that clear. It's not, no one's like held on the hook for any sort of fundraising totals or anything like that. Okay, and then just some benefits and support that come along with being an executive ambassador. Obviously, you're helping make a meaningful impact in the fight against breast cancer, which is rewarding in itself. It's a great opportunity to help grow your professional network and connect with other ambassadors and high involved individuals in the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer space in our area. We'll also provide a bunch of recognition, whether it's through our event website, social media pages, and verbal recognition on event day. So a lot of different ways to kind of get recognition that's seen by thousands of our community members, whether that's in person at our events or also just on our social media and website pages seen virtually. And then obviously you'll have regular communication with your staff member that's connected to each event. So we're here to really help you along the way, help provide any guidance and ideas and support and collateral that we can to make your jobs easier and make this whole process enjoyable and just easy to follow along and hopefully succeed and surpass your goals with this program.
Awesome. So, how can all of you or our ambassadors help spread awareness? A couple of ideas listed here. Again, we will be sharing this PowerPoint program after our meeting so that you're able to access all of these lovely clickables that we have added here. But essentially, we are looking for folks who would be an extension of the American Cancer Society, essentially acting as our staff. This is stuff that we do all year round, looking for businesses, new folks to jump into the fold, whether, again, they jump on as sponsors or teams or both. We're happy to have just new folks in the fold, knowing what Making Strides is, getting involved, getting their feet wet, seeing if it's something that they really like. And hopefully they return year after year. But again, as far as what we're looking for in an ambassador is somebody who's really boots on the ground, that can help not only be making asks, but also planning, possibly hosting your own fundraisers, hanging flyers, at your local hometown stores, encouraging folks that you know, whether it's a personal friend, maybe it's a community club that you are a part of, encouraging those folks to start a team. And again, as we mentioned, any companies that you may know that could potentially be a sponsor or team, we would love to get them involved and hopefully have them return year after year. And as far as a matching gifts program that's mentioned last, we will be sharing this slide out with all of you so you are able to click with our Find Out Here button. It does list some companies and if they actually offer matching gifts programs. So if you don't already know that your company that you work for does that, it can definitely let you know. And matching gifts are a great way for companies and employers to fundraise with Making Strides. I cannot tell you at the end of the year how many we end up getting, and a lot of companies will match up to double of donations made, which is fantastic.
Okay. So this is kind of an activity that probably makes more sense to for everyone to kind of do at their leisure, maybe after this. Like Gina said, we'll be sending these out. But really just taking a second to really dive into your network, like who's in your inner circle. And maybe that's not just like when you think of network, you think of like your professional network, but also just your personal network. I mean, friends, family, neighbors, maybe you're involved in local groups or organizations, colleagues, maybe old alumni from the school that you went to. There's just a lot of different groups you can kind of tap into. So taking a second to think about, maybe even look through your LinkedIn profile if you utilize LinkedIn to see who you know and what they do and if there is any connection that either they would have to Making Strides or their company could have to Making Strides. We listed a few options here. Obviously, we're always looking for participants, team members, sponsors, donors, committee members. So lots of different ways to get involved. And if everyone kind of takes some time to look through their network, I think you'd be surprised by some of the people you might have kind of forgot about, but might be a really great connection for Making Strides.
Once again, our slides will be shared with everyone to be able to access your local events ambassador toolkit. Each toolkit is pretty similar, but they again are unique to each walk. You definitely want to take your time looking through these toolkits. It gives you a lot of resources, ideas, maybe some troubleshooting as well that you might bump into. So that again, we will be sharing these toolkits with all of you. But of course, your local staff member will also be there to support you in any way along your ambassadorship journey.
And these toolkits are really, I would say, just like a starting point to help give everyone that's interested in joining just a little bit more resources to kind of start with and hit the ground running. Like Gina mentioned, there are some different prompts in here. There's email templates, there's text templates, there's fundraising ideas. So really just a lot of different, hopefully helpful tools that would make this whole experience more turnkey and easier on everyone involved. So definitely a nice tool to check through or look through when this email is sent out, just so you can kind of get an idea of some of the things that we're able to offer. And again, we're always able to work in progress, of course, so we can add different things that would be helpful based on feedback from all of you guys. And this is kind of just some more, little bit on expanding the last slide, some more tips for online fundraising. Just to name a few, I mean, we have a fundraising app that makes fundraising from your phone really easy. We also, small things go a long way, like even just thanking your donors via email, via text, in person, whatever it may be. So a couple other fundraising tips that we have found that are really successful on our end. So sharing just further here. Again, there's some clickable links on this page that has even more resources. So encouraging everyone to take some time to read through this and click on some of the links in here as well.
And just to piggyback on that one as well, Natalie, just something a little bit of you know, inspiration that has definitely inspired me as a staff member that might inspire you all as key volunteers. The number one reason that people do not donate or fundraise is because they weren't asked. So I think a little bit of just, again, boots on the ground, little elbow grease goes a long way. Saying thank you to the folks that do support you in this ambassadorship program goes a long way. So again, it's as simple as just making the ask, and the worst somebody could say is no.
Great point, Gina. So now we would just kind of turn it over to you guys. That was just a very broad overview, of course. And like we mentioned, this is a new program for us, so we're definitely open to hearing any thoughts, questions, ideas, concerns, and happy to kind of evolve this as we go to make it work for anyone who's interested in joining us and helping us make a difference in the fight against breast cancer. So any questions or anything after going through the slides?
I had a question actually. One thing that I've been finding with doing a lot of my fundraisers, and especially with corporations throughout the area, a great way to raise money, and it just really takes time to fill out the applications, are through grants. Last year when I was doing a fundraiser, I had a couple of companies that actually provided donations in the form of grants. So do you have collateral that we can use for people just to easily fill out the like online grant forms, with the proper information? I've used information that I had from things that you've given me in the past, but that might make sense to help some of the people, because if we're asking a lot of these corporations, they're going to direct us to applying for a grant.
That's a
Absolutely.
great question, Ashley. Gina, I don't know of anything necessarily that's created. We can definitely ask around, but maybe that's something we could kind of put together. Just some information that is likely to be asked on a grant, just to kind of have everything in one spot. I think that's a great idea. Thanks for bringing that up, Ashley.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I'm taking notes now. I didn't realize that it would be on there live. But makes our lives a little bit easier to remember. So yeah, we can definitely ask and see if there is some kind of like informational form. Is that kind of what you're
Yeah,
looking
just
for,
the information
Ashley?
put on the phone. Like
Yeah.
I like kind of winged it in the past, but it would be a really good idea for anybody who wants to apply for a grant. So we have like something that's formalized, and we're making sure we're using like the right tax number, the right
Yep.
mission statement, all of that.
Yeah.
For
So
applying for the grants.
I think that that's definitely something that if we don't already have it, we can definitely create, as Natalie said. And most of the times, yes, when folks are applying for grants, whether it's through their own personal company or another company, every company has a different process, third party website usually to apply for the grant. But if there's an easy way to just say, here's a letter with the event information, tax ID, all the things, we'll make sure that if it's not something that exists, we will create it, Ashley.
Or then you can like copy, like you're saying,
Like
mission
certain
statement,
elements.
copy it from here. What is making strides? Or like I know sometimes they ask like more detailed questions,
Yeah,
but we
and
can
then I just had one more follow-up question, kind of along the same lines. There are a couple of like VFWs, sorry, like iron workers, things of that nature,
Right.
that are always looking to do donations, but they want some sort of like form letter. So do we have a form letter for asks for things of that nature? If we could have that, that would be awesome as well.
We
yes, and
certainly do.
though I think we did do a donation request letter in like template in that other these links.
Okay,
So we did put like just a template of a donation request letter, but if you're looking for something different, just definitely let me know and we can get something else created.
perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, and we even like if certain organizations, not every organization asks this, but sometimes they're looking for like a letter just to kind of prove that they donated something that they could use for tax deductible purposes. And we have those as well. So we can definitely add them to all of the toolkits for
That's a
our
good idea.
ambassadors. Awesome. Any other questions or ideas or inspiration that you guys might be able to bestow upon each other? But no, all good things from Ashley, so thank you.
I guess I can, I'm sorry. I always have to 50 million questions, so
No, this
forgive
is
me.
good.
Um, I'm doing a third party event and I have a lot of businesses that are set up to come in for the event, and it's just like a community partnership, and there's really no commitment from them at this point as far as like donating money or anything along those lines. So if I could get some help on maybe transitioning these people that are coming in for my third party event, maybe being sponsors or getting more involved in the other Making Stride event. That would be a big help to me, like giving them more incentive to get involved, to get further involved in our other events where they can sponsor.
Yeah, maybe we can create some kind of like I'm thinking like an overview menu essentially of like here's all the different ways, whether it's, in kind or sponsorship or creating a team to walk simply. I think that that's something we could definitely provide. We probably have some resources that exist already like that, Ashley, that we
Yeah,
can.
do you have an actual like prospectus for like the overall events that you've created? Do you know?
Not encompassing all of the events because again they are all a little bit different and unique. But that would be something it would probably be catered to each walk respectively,
Okay.
just because there's different fundraising tiers and sponsorship tiers, I should say. So that would be something that we could definitely create, like again, a menu of like, here's like an overview of the sponsorship levels. Again, they're all different. Here's information on being in kind. Here's information on matching gifts. Here's information on et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, that would be a huge help. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Let's do specific event-wide menu of partnership options. Let's say that. It would be great if I could spell.
Mhm.
Perfect. Thanks, Ashley. Awesome, awesome. And again, this is definitely not a conversation that we will close the door on tonight. Natalie, myself, Jill, and Dorothy are always, always here to support you guys, no matter what, whether it is for making strides in general, ambassadorship, you need help with your team, we are always available. But again, if this is something that you think could come easily and naturally to you, of course, we are so appreciative. Our team is truly the four ladies that you see here. We are absolutely appreciative of any extra help. Again, boots on the ground to make these asks happen. There's definitely fish to fry out there, but it's really crucial for us to be able to have volunteers like yourselves who are able to again be an extension of the American Cancer Society staff. So thank you for your interest in being an ambassador. And if it's not yourself, maybe you decide, hey, I don't think this is for me. If you have someone in mind that you know has a lot of connections in and around town, is again a go-getter, comfortable to make asks, definitely let them know that this is a program that exists. And again, it is extremely, extremely appreciated by our staff since it is technically the four of us. We do as much as we can do in a given day, but again, there are so many fish in the community to fry, and we're appreciative of any extra hands that can help make those connections happen.
Definitely. Just piggybacking off Gina, um, we will send out these slides so you guys can look through everything. You can click through some things. If you come up with any questions, Gina and I, Jill, any of us are happy to talk to you. If you want to reach out to your respective staff member that pertains to your event, we're happy to set up some time to talk through anything further. But just thank you in general for coming on this call and just learning a little bit more about this program. We're excited to kind of start to roll this out and hopefully just expand the reach and expand the amount of people and businesses and individuals and survivors that are involved with making strides. That's always our goal and our mission. So we're just thankful that you guys are interested in all in regards to helping us kind of spread awareness. So thank you all.
And thanks for the note, Ashley. We appreciate that. Awesome. Well, again, and thank you, Celeste. Again, as Natalie had mentioned, if anyone has any follow-up questions after this meeting, definitely is a conversation we will keep the door open on as always. But thank you for your support. Thank you for your interest. And we're hoping that all 4 of our Greater Philadelphia walks have a great year. I know that they will. And of course, thanks to all your guys' help getting all the people out there. We want to have 1 million people and $1 million raised. So thank you for helping us get there.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a good evening.
You as
You as
well. Take
well.
care.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night,
night.
all. Take care.